Hi! Today we have a new text for learning English. The level is A2. This means the words are simple and the sentences are short. Read the text with me. Listen and repeat. If you need to, turn on subtitles. Ready? Let's start. Today is Saturday. I have a day off. The sun is shining outside. It is warm outside. It is a good day. I decided to visit my friend. His name is Maxim. We have known each other for 10 years. We met at university. Back then, we lived in the same dormitory. Now, Maxim lives in a different part of the city. It is far from my home. It is too far to walk. I do not have a car, so I need to take the metro. I started getting ready. I put on jeans and a blue t-shirt. I took a jacket because it might be cool in the evening. I put my phone and keys in my pocket. I took a small bag. There was a small gift for Maxim in the bag. I bought him a book. Maxim likes reading. I left home. It was nice outside. People were walking their dogs. Children were playing in the yard. I walked to the metro station. It is 5 minutes from my home. That is convenient. I walked up to the turnstile. I tapped my card. The turnstile opened. I went through and stepped onto the escalator. The escalator slowly went down. I looked at the people around me. Everyone was in a hurry. Everyone was busy with their own thoughts. There was already a train at the platform. The doors were open. I got into the car. I found a seat by the window and sat down. The train moved off. I needed to go 8 stops. Usually, it takes about 15 minutes. I sat and looked out the window. Outside, there was a dark tunnel. Sometimes a light flashed. It was not very interesting. I took out my phone. I got a message from Maxim. He wrote, "I'm home. When should I expect you?" I smiled. Maxim always cooks something delicious. I replied, "On my way. I'll be there in 20 minutes." Then I opened a social media app. There was a lot of news there. My colleague posted about football. My sister posted photos from the sea. Beautiful photos. Blue water, white sand. I liked her post. Then I saw a funny video. A man was teaching his cat to dance. The cat did not want to. The cat fell, ran away, and hid under the sofa. The man tried again and again. It was very funny. I watched the video twice. Another video appeared next to it. A dog was playing with a little child. They were running around the yard. The child fell down. The dog licked his face. The child laughed. It was very sweet. Then I opened the news. I read about the weather. I read about sports. I read about a new film. Time passed. I did not notice anything. The train was moving. It stopped. It moved again. People got on and off, and I just sat and looked at my phone. At one stop, some noisy school children got into the car. They were laughing and pushing each other. An elderly woman was sitting next to me. She was holding a bag on her lap. She was looking straight ahead. Not at a phone, not at a book, just looking ahead. Maybe she was thinking about something personal. I thought, there is a person who does not get distracted. And I kept scrolling through my phone. I found an interesting article about travel, about countries where I want to go. There were beautiful photos, mountains, the sea, old cities. I was scrolling and dreaming, and I completely forgot about the stops. Suddenly the train stopped. I looked up. I looked out the window. There was a station outside. The station looked unfamiliar. The walls were yellow. At my station, the walls are white. I read the name on the wall, Yuzhnaya. I frowned. What is Yuzhnaya? I had never heard that name. I quickly opened the map. I found Yuzhnaya on the metro map. I looked at the line. My stop was called Centralnaya. I found Centralnaya. It was earlier on the line. I had missed my stop. I closed my eyes. Then I opened them. No, it was true. I had missed my stop. The doors were still open. I quickly stood up. I grabbed my bag. I ran out of the car. The doors closed. The train left. I was standing on the platform. A woman was walking past. She looked at me. I probably looked confused. She asked, "Are you okay?" "Yes, thank you," I answered. "I just missed my stop." "Oh, that happens," she said and smiled. "The main thing is that you got off." She walked on. I stood and thought, what should I do? I could take a train back, go to Centralnaya, get off there, then walk to Maxim's place. Or I could go upstairs and walk from here. I looked at the map again. From Yuzhnaya to Maxim's building is about 1 kilometer. That is about 15 minutes on foot. I decided to walk. The weather is nice. I want some fresh air. I went up on the escalator. I stepped outside. I felt the sun right away. After the dark metro, it felt nice. I stopped and looked around. This was an unfamiliar neighborhood. I had never been here before. The street was wide. There were buildings on both sides. Some buildings were old, with beautiful details on the front. Other buildings were new, made of glass and concrete. There were many people on the pavement. Young people were sitting on a bench and talking. An elderly woman was carrying bags from the shop. A man was walking a big red dog. The dog was sniffing everything and pulling its owner in different directions. Opposite the metro exit, there was a kiosk. They sold water, juice, and ice cream there. There were small tables nearby. 2 people were sitting at one table drinking coffee. They were laughing. I felt like having coffee too. But first, I needed to message Maxime. I took out my phone. I wrote, "Sorry, I will be a little late. I missed my stop. Walking now." Maxime replied quickly, "Haha, you haven't changed. No problem. I'm waiting." I opened the map on my phone. I looked at the route. I needed to go straight, then turn right, then right again. I walked along the unfamiliar street. It was interesting. I looked around. On one building, there was a large painting. An artist had painted a huge fish. The fish was swimming through a blue sky. Birds were flying around the fish. It was beautiful and a little strange. I stopped and looked. Then I took out my phone and took a photo. I decided to show it to Maxine later. I walked on. At the next corner, there was a small market. People were selling vegetables and fruit. On the tables there were tomatoes, cucumbers, apples, and pears. Everything looked fresh and bright. One seller was shouting loudly, "Strawberries! Fresh strawberries! Come and get them!" I bought a cup of strawberries. They were red and sweet. I ate the strawberries and walked on. It was pleasant. Then I walked past a park. There were tall trees in the park. There were benches in the shade of the trees. People were sitting on the benches. One person was reading a book. 2 people were playing chess. Children were running along the paths. I thought, I like this neighborhood. Quiet, green, and beautiful. If I had not missed my stop, I would never have seen this place. I turned right. Then right again. Now I was walking along a different street. There were more shops here. I saw a bookshop and a bakery. The bakery smelled wonderfully of fresh bread. I walked and thought it would be nice to go in, but I did not have time. I walked a little further, and I saw the right building. It was a large, gray building, 9 floors. On the ground floor there was a shop and a pharmacy. I found the right entrance. It was the 3rd entrance. I pressed the button on the intercom. "Who is it?" a voice asked. "It's me," I said. "I finally made it." The door clicked. I went in. I went up in the lift to the 5th floor. Maxime was already standing at the open door. He was in home clothes. He had a towel in his hands. So he had just been cooking. "Oh, the hero has arrived," said Maxime and laughed. "How did you get here? Did you walk from another city?" "Almost," I replied. "I missed my stop. I had to walk." "Missed it?" Maxim was surprised. "How?" "I was watching videos on my phone," I said. "And I did not notice." Maxim shook his head. "You haven't changed," he said. "Do you remember, in the first year you rode the bus all the way to the last stop?" "I remember," I said. "Back then it was a book. Now it is a phone. Progress." We both laughed. I went into the flat. I took off my jacket and shoes. A delicious smell was coming from the kitchen. It smelled of meat and vegetables. "What are you cooking?" I asked. "Soup and a stew," Maxim replied. "Sit down, it will be ready soon." I sat down on the sofa in the living room. I looked around. The flat was cozy. There were many books on the shelves. There were photos on the walls. In one photo, there was Maxim and me, young and smiling. It was from our 3rd year. We went to the mountains back then. I took the gift out of my bag. I put it on the table. Maxim saw it. "Is that for me?" he asked. "For you," I said. "Open it." Maxim picked up the book. He read the title. He smiled. "A great book," he said. "I have wanted this for a long time. Thank you." "You're welcome," I said. Maxim went to the kitchen. I sat and thought. The day started a little strangely. I missed my stop. I was late. I walked around an unfamiliar neighborhood. But everything turned out well. I saw interesting places, a painting of a fish, a market with strawberries, a park with chess players. I ate delicious strawberries. And now I am sitting at my friend's place. A delicious lunch is coming soon. Maxim came back from the kitchen with 2 cups of tea. While the soup finishes cooking," he said. "Let's have some tea." He put a cup in front of me. The tea was hot and fragrant. I held the cup with both hands. It felt warm and good. "Tell me how you are," said Maxim. "It has been a long time." Everything is fine, I said. Work, home, nothing special. And you still can't put your phone down? Maxim asked and laughed. I am trying to use it less, I replied. But today it didn't work out. We both laughed. The sun was shining outside. The flat was warm. It smelled of food. A friend was nearby. Sometimes small mistakes are not so bad. Sometimes, because of them, something good happens. That is all for today. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope the text was interesting and useful. Keep learning the language every day. Even 10 minutes a day is already great. Good luck with your studies. See you next time.